What's going on, guys? This is Matt with Full Tilt Bullies. I hope everybody's having a good one. So today's video is going to be on the topic of, so you want to be a dog breeder. I can only really speak from American Bully standpoint because that's all I've ever bred, but I'm sure 98% of what I'm saying goes for, you know, every breed of dog that's being bred. So I've done one or two of these videos in the past, and they've done, you know, pretty good. So I'm assuming it's a topic that people are interested in. Now, first, to start this video, I'm not really one of the people that try to like deter people from doing this, from being a breeder and stuff. I truly believe with most things, competition is a good thing, because you know, take the dogs for example. Competition should mainly, you know, first and foremost benefit the dogs, because let's say, you know, Johnny down the road, he's got a kennel, he's breeding, he's selling at this price. You know, it's going to benefit the dogs, because now I have to make sure my dogs are at least just as nice as him if I'm wanting to make any money off of it, right? Or as his. Nice for the dogs, you know, maybe the price goes up, or competition says, okay, well, me and him both have, you know, really nice dogs. I have to bring my price down a little bit, which then helps the consumer, the person buying, you know, buying the dogs. So there's multiple different facets you can look at, you know, competition when it comes to business, you know, that are working there. So again, just in my personal opinion, I think competition's great in most things. Usually the product's going to get better, and the price should get better because there's more people doing it. So the competition, if you've only got a few people, again, they can corner the market on you and jack the prices up. But with, you know, myself, for example, and if it's a little windy, I do apologize, but for myself, for example, I try to give a high quality dog for still a good price, because I know there's other people out there doing it. Now, I believe with the American Bullies, for some reason, and don't get me wrong, I do feel like they are, you know, decent exotics out there. There are, you know, decent exotic bullies out there. But for the most part, from what I've seen, and if you're a realistic person, you're not going to take this as criticism or hate or whatever. You know, they're just a ton of train wrecks. So that's one of the downsides of, and I don't know if with other breeds if it's quite like that, but you know, they started trying to make them, you know, shorter, thicker, smaller, with, you know, furry, with just all kind of stuff. And again, there's a lot of, you know, I know, you know, a few people that have exotics that try to still, you know, make them as healthy as possible. But it's like an English Bulldog, you know, they're only going to be so healthy. Anyway, so you want to be a breeder. There's three things, in my opinion, that you're going to have and know to be a breeder. One is you're going to have to do your research. If you're not willing to study, research, I hope y'all can see these dogs, the sun's in a bad light. But for one, you're going to have to study, learn about stuff that, you know, you're not even expecting, from, you know, fleas, dewormers, flies, your vaccines, artificial insemination, natural ties. I mean, just so many health things, genetic things, the bloodlines. I mean, I could go on literally forever. So doing your research, knowing your breed, knowing what you're getting yourself into, that's a whole nother thing. That has nothing to do with, you know, everything else that goes into it, which brings me to number two, which is money. You're going to have money. One, to buy dogs, to buy dog houses, pay for shots, pay for C-sections, just all that good stuff. You're going to have money. So knowing what you're doing, you know, doing all your research, which, you know, 1 and 2, obviously you got to be a hard worker to do all that stuff. So that just goes hand in hand. You can't start your own business or, you know, whatever, and you know, not work hard at it. So number 1, doing your research, knowing what you're in for. And then number 2, money. You're going to have money to put into it. You're going to spend money constantly. You're not going to make a ton of money. Maybe down the road, if you've done, you know, step 1 and step 3 really well, you'll make some money, but you're going to have to throw step 2 in there and invest a ton of money over the duration of it for it to even work. So which brings me to number 3. When it comes to dog breeding, and this is, you know, 1, 2, and 3 are all, in my opinion, you know, without one you can't have the other. But number 3, Diamond, would you stop? Is you better love it. I'm not talking about kind of enjoy it. Maybe this is something that I want to do. I am not kidding. You better love it. You better love these dogs. You better love, you know, doing videos and promoting it. You better, you know, love getting up and shoveling dog shit. You better love, you know, having to maybe, you know, do mouth to mouth on a newborn puppy. You're gonna have to love every bit of it. Me personally, I thoroughly love it and enjoy it, and like anybody else, I'm sure I could do better at it. I mean, that's with anything. We could all be better friends, better fathers, mothers, brothers, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure I could be a little bit better at breeding dogs and, you know, running my operation. But again, that is so important to this. You know, I'm pretty much to the point in breeding to where number 1 isn't as big a thing for me. Research, as I've done all that, but number 2 and number 3, I cannot ever get away from those. Those 2 things are what keeps us, you know, up, coming out here, taking care of them, loving on them. You know, keeping on doing these videos. You have got to love it. We don't go on vacation hardly ever. You know, there's just going to be a ton of sacrifice that goes into it, and for anything, you know, we sacrifice for our children because we love them. It's just like anything else. So, you know, that's the main draw you need to get out of this. If you're on the fence or you're not 100%, you know, when I started doing this, I knew for a fact, I mean, that's what I want to do. I love how these dogs look. I love the animals. And if I can make some money off of it at the same time, then the videos came. So I was like, man, I love it. I make money from it, and I'm teaching people something. You know, what could go wrong? So again, you better absolutely love it. And you know, do everything you can. What is it? Look at her little tail flicking back there. Miss Penny girl, what is it? Yes. But that's it, guys. Hopefully y'all got a little something out of this video. Till next time, we're out.